The Wired Brain Coffee Company has this architecture. As you know, they didn't want that anyone else could use the blob URLs in their static website. That's the reason why you set the public access level on the blob container to private. And now these blob URLs don't work anymore. In this clip you will learn how to create a shared access signature for a blob in the Coffee Video Storage class. Then you will use that logic in the ASP.NET Core web application so that the HTML code in the user's browser accesses the blobs by using shared access signatures. You will also adjust the UWP app so that it also accesses the blobs by using shared access signatures. You will create a shared access signature for each blob that is only valid for 24 hours. That means it's not possible for anyone else to put these shared access signatures into their static websites, as they will expire after 24 hours. So now let's create a shared access signature in the Coffee Video Storage class, and let's use that shared access signature in the ASP.NET Core web application and also in the UWP application. Let's switch to Visual Studio. As you know, when you run the ASP.NET Core application, the videos can't be displayed because it still uses the blob URLs. So let's fix this now. Let's go to Pages in the Wired Brain Coffee web app, and let's go to the index.cs HTML CS file. When you scroll down in this file to the Load Coffee Video Models async method, you can see that the blob URI is set here. So now, instead of using the URI of the Cloud Blob, let's use here the Coffee Video Storage instance, and let's call a method getBlobURI with shared access signature token. And to that method, we just pass the Cloud Blob. I press Ctrl- to generate this method in the iCoffee Video Storage interface. Now let's save this file, and let's go to the iCoffee Video Storage interface. Here in this interface, you can see now the new getBlobURI with SAS token method. Now let's implement it in the Coffee Video Storage class. So here I just click on the interface and I press Ctrl- to implement the interface. Now let's scroll down to the bottom, and here you can see the new method getBlobURI with SAS token. I just cut this method here as it is a public method, so I want to place it before the private methods. Now let's implement it. The first thing that we need to create is a shared access blob policy. As you can see, that shared access blob policy has permissions, the expiry time and the start time. So let's set the permissions, and let's just say we want to allow read access. Then let's also set the expiry time. I just use datetime. I need a using for system. I use now. And I just add days. I just add a single day, so that it's valid for 24 hours. Now we can actually get a shared access signature token by using the Cloud Blob's get shared access signature method. And you can see this takes a shared access blob policy, so we can just pass in the policy that we have created. This shared access signature token is already the query string for the URL. So now we can just return the Cloud Blob's URI plus that shared access signature token, and we are done. Let's run the web application and let's see if it works. Great! We can see the videos again, and of course we can play all the videos. Now let's keep the application running and let's add a breakpoint in the getBlobURI with SAS token method. Let's refresh the page in the browser, and you can see the breakpoint is hit. I hit F10 to step over this getSharedAccessSignature method call, and now you can have a look at the SAS token. You see it starts with a question mark, so that you can easily append it to the blob URI. It contains parameters that you know already, like for example the signature. Now let's stop the application again, and let's run our admin application. When a user selects a video in the admin application, they get an error, unsupported video type or invalid file path. Also in this application, we need to use the shared access signature for the media element. So let's stop the application and let's fix this. Let's go to the Solution Explorer, Let's expand the project for this UWP application and let's go to the Coffee Video View model. When you scroll down, you can see that this view model has a blob URI property. Now let's just copy this property and let's call the new property blob URI with shared access signature token. Instead of using the Cloud blob URI, I use now the Coffee Video storage instance and I call the get blob URI with shared access signature token method for the Cloud blob that is wrapped by this view model. Now let's go to the Coffee Video view and let's use this new property. I scroll down to the media element and here instead of blob URI, I use blob URI with shared access signature token. Let's run the application and let's see if it works. The application comes up, I select again the skateboarder MP4 file, and you see the get blob URI with shared access signature token method is called, as we have still a breakpoint here. So I remove that breakpoint and I click continue. Now the application comes up and you can see the skateboarder MP4 video is displayed and the user can actually play it again. Now you have learned how to create a shared access signature in .NET with this simple code that you can see here. Before we wrap up what you have learned in this module, I want to show you that there are two different types of shared access signatures.